what Nomad really is for people who want to be digital nomads, right? Want to live a location independent lifestyle, but are not yet ready to get rid of their home, their security, their base camp. And so you can hold on to it, but you're holding on to it within a group of travelers whose homes you want to access so that you can travel frequently and affordably. So what it's doing is it's lowering the cost of accommodation. A stay with Nomad costs $250 per week on average, getting people, giving people the ability to travel more frequently and giving people the ability to build a community of travelers who they build trust and relationships with, and just really facilitating this mechanism of secure, affordable, and safe travel.
Interesting. Does that mean that your travel group is always the same? So eventually what it means is that you're always swapping houses with the same people, and meaning you have a reduced access of which houses do you have access to, or?
So the way that it works is you have travel groups of 2 persons, 3 persons, or 4 persons. And the duration of those groups are 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. Currently, we're in our MVP state, which means the minimum viable version of our website. We're involved in funding rounds right now to enhance our website capabilities. Once we engage in our full build, our customers are going to be able to engage in multiple concurrent travel groups. So I could be in a travel group of 3 for 6 months, and also at the same time be in a travel group of 2 for 12 months, at the same time be in a travel group of 4 for 3 months. It's really up to our customers how many travel groups they want to participate in, the size of the travel group, and the duration of the travel group. So that just opens up so many more properties to you.
Nice. Do you bring the travel groups yourself? So meaning that you and 2 friends in a travel group of 3 persons, it's you and your friends, or it is also like a kind of matching system of saying, I want to travel solo, and then I contact this person, and then I decide if it's the correct person to travel with or not?
So it's a matchmaking system, and the way that we sort it is you select the listing. So you look at all of the listings on our homepage. These are supplied by individuals who have signed up for the site and listed their property same as you. And you choose the listings that you prefer. So I want to be in New York and I want to be in LA. So I like this listing in New York and I like this one in LA. I select the 2 and I submit my preferences to Nomad. Nomad then applies our matchmaking system. And the way that we do it is we try to meet at least one of your selections when we place you into your curated travel group. So the connection that everybody has in that travel group is they have selected at least one of those properties in that group. We've been applying already AI testing to enhance our matchmaking mechanism. Right now, the criteria is based off of listing and location. But what we're doing is studying our user feedback, studying what people liked, didn't like, any enhanced criteria that we can use to feed into our AI model to facilitate not just listing and location preference matchmaking, but also other criteria that will enhance the curated group experience.
Very interesting. So it's on building on the MVP. It's also like you're doing usability testing. I'm a UX designer, so
yes.
you triggered my curiosity now also.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Good. It's good practice that you're testing it like properly.
Right.
What about like, so does that mean that when you register to Nomad itself, you need to yes or yes? So I have 2 questions in regards of this. Yes or yes, put your house for swap, or you can register without having a property? And the second one is, can you register being a couple, for example? Do you want to do this, but you're not a single profile, you're 2 persons?
Yes. So to answer your first question, You have to have a property in order to participate on our platform. That's what differentiates us from short-term rental platforms, right? In order to participate in a home swap, you have to have a home to swap. Otherwise, you aren't able to. And yes, for your question about couples, if you're a couple, you are absolutely permitted to use our site. What we do is we run background checks. So at least one member of that couple must participate in a full background check powered by our partner Stripe Identity. And you also have to upload documentation verifying that the listed address is registered in your name. And then you have to provide the full legal name of your guest. So as we go through, and the guest meaning your partner, as we go through multiple, V2, V3 iterations of our site, we'll figure out ways to enhance our screening of couples primarily. But at the very least, you're required to submit the other name of that partnership if they will be traveling with you.
I see. When you use swap, like when we swap a home, might it be that there is other persons also, like a group concept, meaning like, or it's always you?
No, so we always guarantee entire properties for safety and security. We don't permit shared dwellings, what we call them, to be listed on our site. So if you have a roommate, unfortunately, we're not currently allowing your listing.
Okay. And what about the rented properties? Because that's also like, I don't know if in the US it's a different legislation, or I suppose in each country will change, no? But I'm pretty sure, for example, in certain countries of Europe, you are not able to home swap with other people if you're not the owner of that property.
Yes. So currently we're operating just in the US, Canada, and Mexico. But in terms of rentals, so when it comes to home swapping, there is fairly little regulation, especially in the US, which gives us a little bit more leeway. But at the end of the day, we always safety is number one concern, and we like to advise our customers who are renters to review their lease agreements, because there is specific language within the lease agreement that specifies the amount of time you're allowed to have a guest at your home, whether it's per month or for the entire lease. And so what we say is, if you're engaging in a home swap, pay particular attention to that specific amount of time. Let's say you're not allowed to have a guest for more than 10 days per month. Okay, engage in a home swap for 9 days per month, or 5 days per month. Just make sure that you're falling in line with those lease parameters. But yes, if you are a renter, you are permitted to use our site, and that's typical for most home exchange platforms that are based in the US as well.
Cool. I think you touched one of the biggest questions that you should probably get, and it is it safe? How
Yeah.
how you ensure that nothing happens to your home? No, because it's your home. So a lot of people must be, I assume, concerned about their property. I don't know. Accidents can always happen, I assume, but that nobody steals your stuff or break everything. I don't know.
Yes, yeah. And it's a fair question. And I would have the same question if I were signing up for a site or I was unfamiliar with home exchange. What we do is we partner with Stripe Identity to run full background checks on our customers before they're placed into a travel group assignment. What Stripe Identity does is they request a copy of your government issued ID. You upload a picture, and then they take a live capture of your face at the time of submission to match your actual face to the government ID. We then get notified whether or not that background check clearance was flagged or if it was verified. If it's flagged, then we look into it further. Obviously, if it's rejected, then we don't post your listing on our site and you're not placed into a travel group assignment. The second thing that we do is request a copy of the listed address just to verify that it's listed in your name. So as part of our home registration process, customers upload a bank statement or a mortgage document or a lease agreement, anything that has your full legal name plus the listed address. We verify that information manually. And if there's any issues there, we request new documents, or if you're not providing them, we don't post your listing on our site. In terms of taking care of your home, we've partnered with Superhog, which is actually I believe it's a UK based brand. And what they do is they provide guest damage protection coverage of up to $50,000 for any damages that may occur while a member is participating in a home swap arrangement at your home. Our customers have the option to add on this guest damage protection coverage whenever a member of their travel group requests stay at their home. And we always encourage it because it's under our Nomad Light plan, it's only $5 per day of stay. So definitely opt into it so you can make sure you can get up to $50,000 in coverage. So there's 3 things that we do to promote the safety and security of members, participating in home swaps, which is important because it's your home and we want to make sure that it stays safe. But the last thing is just the mechanism of travel groups in general. It's a small group of people who have selected each other's properties as properties that they like. This is far different than participating in an Airbnb arrangement where thousands of people can access your home, stay there for 1 week, mess it up, and then, run away and never come back. These are people that are swapping into each other's homes. So there's already a baseline level of respect and care there that's different than engaging in a short-term rental arrangement.
I see. Yeah, it makes sense. No, so it's building a little bit of a community of people, and although you actually never met them, no, because probably
Right.
when you are having your home free, it's when you are not there. So
Right.
you only
Yeah,
talk.
you've never met. Yeah, no, and it's unusual, but this is the way that our society operates, right? You don't meet most people whose homes you stay at Airbnbs or VRBOs, but you still do it. But at least we have our group messaging feature, right? So you can communicate with them, you can build relationships with them. And then in V2 of our site, you can actually call them. You can get on a video call and chat with them before participating in that home swap arrangement, all to make sure that you feel safe and you feel comfortable.
Cool. I had a question also like popping up when you were talking about the length, no? So for example, you can say, okay, I want to travel group for 3, 6, and 12 months, I think you said.
Right.
What happens in both cases? Either like you sub your home with someone and you need to go back home earlier than planned because of, I don't know, any emergency or whatever. And the other way around, I'm at someone's place and suddenly I need to leave for whatever reason.
Yeah, so what we do in the event of that is we refund the staying party's fees. So the service fees that they paid to stay at that member's home. We also have the host who needed to return pay out a cleaning fee to the staying party. And this is compensatory for, any shifts in plans that may result in that party needing to get a hotel or temporary living accommodation in order to facilitate the return back home. What we also do is we highly encourage, and this is just for any traveler, we highly encourage you to have travel insurance because your travel insurance covers issues like this, needing to get a hotel for a 1-night stay or, needing to get a quick return flight home. That's going to cover events like this. So we foresee it happening, right? But we have protocols in place to make sure that individual is compensated.
If you liked this short video out of the full episode, you can find the link to it around here and in the description below. Of course, if you are also interested in checking out other episodes, please subscribe and like.